All right, let's get back into CitizenSleeper. I need to build a ship mind, disable my tracker so that I can't be sought out by my manufacturers and Ethan, who's hunting me down. I need to help Ankita fix the ambergris. I need to free Neovend from the hunter who is tracking us through like the cyber side of the eye. We need to get Sabine out of the Yatagan gang. We need to get to know Emphas by bringing him some special mushrooms from the other side of the eye. We need to help Lem work by babysitting his daughter. We need to pay Ethan's tab so he doesn't shoot us in the head. And we need to win a side rail ticket as a potential way out. We got a lot of things to do. And apparently I didn't end the day despite being out of tokens. So I'm concerned that I don't have much money and my condition is going to be so low that we're only going to have like 3 dice. Minecraft movie meal? I'm not familiar with the Minecraft movie meal, Pangolin. I don't know what that is. But let's see. Let's end the cycle and start the new day. Just gonna continue to adjust my screen so I can see chat as well. Oh my gosh, and of course, just as I was talking about how I'm oh really? Oh no. Oh yeah, I need to look into adjusting the ads, because that was the ad you had was for McDonald's Minecraft movie meal. Oh boy, I apologize for the quality of ads on Twitch. Obviously not in my control, but that I need to look into. I think because I use pre-rolls, it disables like the mid-roll ads. That's the idea, at least. And so but man, it was a great ad. Okay, I'll take your word for it. I think we need to get back. I was talking about this on Wednesday stream. We need to get back to the 90s era of advertising where everything's super extreme. Let's see. Man, money is tight and I don't have medicine. And I rolled very poorly for the day. And the bounty hunter who is after me is almost has his tab due, and I'm gonna have to pay that off as well. Things are about to get really rough. Hopefully with like the low rolls I can get this Yatagan data out to free Sabine and see if I can get some medicine from her, because otherwise things are gonna get rough fast. Yes, CitizenSleeper time. I was gonna say Pokemon Gold is looking way cyberer. That would be honestly kind of interesting. I heard that with the Pokemon with the Switch 2, there's gonna be Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness like available on the GameCube retro stuff. And those are 2 Pokemon games that I feel like have a bit of a like a cyber aesthetic, but I've never played them actually. I played them like once at a friend's house for an afternoon and really wanted to keep playing, but my friend was like, yeah, it's not multiplayer, let's play something else. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. Let me play this. So maybe eventually if I get a Switch 2 and a capture card, that would be a fun thing to stream, but that would be a future down the line like stretch goal for something. And now those games go for like $200 because of course they do. They had like such a limited release. Okay, let's see what Hardin wants. Fang's Bay. It's been more than a few cycles since Fang confronted Hardin, and the silence since has been noticeable. In your time with Fang, you haven't exactly found him to be reliable, but you didn't expect to hear the end of whatever plan he put into action. But if he won't come to you, you think as you approach the Haven Age building, then it's time to come to him. After all, he did promise to fix your tracker, and you're getting nervous. Heck yeah, I'm getting nervous. Ethan is after me. He shot my arm. As you approach the bay doors, you see them wide open, and lights pouring out of the once dark room. Stacks of servers and terminals sit outside the bay, suddenly robbed of their mystery by the bright flood lamps. A figure in Haven Age security fatigues steps out of the bay as you get closer, carrying a stack of the hardware. I'm gonna approach. Normally I would walk away and stalk, but I'm playing a confident tough guy, so I'm gonna muscle my way in. As you get closer, you see the security officer taping up machines from Fang's stash with what looks like hazard tape. This isn't good. You again. Hardin is there, leaning beside the bay entrance so calmly that you barely even notice him. He has a slate in his hand, an inventory of seizures. Seizures scrawled across it. My brain really was confused by the use of the word seizures in this sentence, and I was like, how do you inventory somebody's seizures? But no, it's what they took, what they seized. Predictable. Further evidence of Fang's collusions. You see another security officer come out of the bay and take notice of you. Hardin. Hardin pushes away from the wall and comes closer. Don't worry, Sleeper. We have all the evidence we need. A confession won't be necessary. He gestures around the stacks of hardware, spying on fellow Haven Age members, hoarding Solheim materials, and obsession with corporate data. Speaks for itself, does it not? It tells you nothing. We will see what the council has to say about that. He looks up at the glass roof above and stars beyond. We are the ones that provide the oxygen you are breathing, the light you are seeing, the systems you use every day to live out your cycles. This place was hard fought for, Sleeper. It took work, diplomacy, and strength to stop the Eye descending into chaos after Solheim collapsed, not blind conviction or self-interest. Fang isn't selfish. I know all about the background of our mutual friend, Sleeper. Don't you worry about that. His parents would be sickened by the damage he is trying to do to the institution they helped found. You see, Sleeper, we are proud of our history here. Andre Erlin and the First Union founded this place, and Haven Age has welded his values into the station's very walls. We will never turn away the hardworking, the just, the true citizens of the Eye. Okay, but you see, when you start talking about true citizens, you've already lost me. Haven Age aren't a gang like Yatagan. We aren't pirates like half the spacers you'll meet in the hub, or esoterics like those Haifa radicals in the Greenway. We are the backbone of this place, proud and true. We named Erlin's Eye, Sleeper. This is our station. He meets your eye. So please, take your false accusations elsewhere before I decide I need that confession after all. As much as I want to call him a shithead. Hardin, you shithead. Take a good look at yourself, Sleeper, before it's too late, he smiles. If you have any pride, you'll give up Fang the moment he contacts you. You know where to find me. With that, Hardin turns his back and walks back towards the security officers, ordering them to continue the clear out. As they do, something catches your eye among one of the server stacks, a crumpled, hand-printed box of synthetic chewing gum, a penguin character grinning from the brightly colored card, and scrawled onto it, a speech bubble reading, "Take me to Tambor." Take it. You carefully pocket the box, making sure no one is watching you, and then turn away just as another stack of servers is wheeled out of the bay. What have you done, Fang? And where the hell is Tambor? Yes, absolutely. Haven Age and Solheim are like two corporations that, as much as they want to claim that they provide for the station, like, that protection, comes at a cost. And that is some Yakuza level posturing, absolutely. Of just like, well, why don't you believe that we'll just, we're the only ones who can provide for you. We're the only ones who can protect you. Never a great sign. Let's go into the digital side. As much as I'm afraid of the bad dog that lives here, who wants to kill me. I really need this Yataghan data to free Sabine and try and get some medicine. I remember being able to get more medicine quickly, or I mean not too quickly, but quick enough in this game. But I feel like I'm doing things in a different order this time, and it's making me nervous that my body is going to break down a lot more before I am able to get the solution that I need for my body's medicine. But hopefully we can get Sabine out, and maybe she'll have a piece for me. Unit 207F. As you turn away from the terminal, the final cache, I always want to say cache. I've pronounced it cache because it's a word that I've read more than I've heard, but I've been told that it's cache. Pangolin, you don't even know. You say, gotta upload your consciousness to the spaceship, pull a GLaDOS. Listen. There's a lot of space in this room, in this game to go. There's a lot of quests and a lot of different endings. As you turn away from the terminal, the final cache of Yataghan data uploaded, the air crackles with white noise. Sleeper? Sabine's voice, weaker than before, comes through the haze. Sabine? A sigh of relief comes through the layer of noise. The call must be coming in from somewhere on the station. This has to be short. I know if Yataghan are monitoring me. Or I don't know if Yataghan are monitoring me. Your voice is hushed, distant. You try and focus on it. It become Borg ending, absolutely. The data you've been bringing in from Yataghan agents. There's something in it I don't understand. A shrill howl rattles through the signal. This data is all gleaned from their implants. Records of integration with their nervous systems, performance analysis, error rates, usage data. I installed many of these implants and I didn't enable any of this functionality. Their voice dips under the level of the noise like a swimmer slipping beneath the water. You listen to the waves for a few seconds before Sabine reemerges. Has to be somewhere baked into the wetware's interface, and that's not all. The systems compiling this data are connected to some kind of transmission protocol. It's being broadcast. Oh, the gang has basically implanted Skynet into their into the gang members' brain and are grading them based on their performance and how they do and broadcasting that to someone. Gross. Wait, why? Every Yataghan enforcer is equipped with black market implants, retinal enhancements, adrenal boosters, pain suppressors. These implants are gathering data on themselves, on the enforcers' bodies, on their performance. Why? I can't tell. But I can promise you these foot soldiers have no idea it is going on. The background tone switches, dropping to a grainy rumble. If they knew, I don't imagine they would be happy with this situation. Yataghan could have a mutiny on their hands. You lean towards the terminal, straining to listen to Sabine's faint voice. I need a few cycles to pull all this together, but this might be the information I need to pressure Yannick into releasing my debt. Yannick? He is one of the heads of Yataghan. They pause. It is better you don't know him. Keep it that way. Suddenly a banging echoes through the call. Sabine's voice suddenly whispered, panicked. I have to go. Come back in 4 cycles. Then the sharp crack of a disconnect, and silence fills the apartment. You step back from the terminal. What does Yatagan have to gain from monitoring its own members? You try to recall what you know about the gang, but you have so little to go on. You think of Toshiro, Sabine's minder, his mirrored teardrop implants set below hard eyes. What data could they be gathering, and more importantly, where are they sending it? You reflexively rub your forehead, trying to think, can you really trust Sabine? How did they come to be Yatagan's doctor in the first place? You think of their kindness, their care, but also that glazed look of recognition that they gave you when they first met you. That look stays in your mind as you slip back out of the apartment, glancing around as you close it up and drift into the corridors of the station, unable to shake the unpleasant sensation of being observed. Okay, so I still don't have medicine. That's very unfortunate. I was hoping I would get some medicine from that. This is gonna be tough. Things are gonna get worse before they get better. Ain't that just the way? Gamified gang tiering. Your level 5 thug literally seeing XP points while doing crime. Yeah, I mean, I guess they're not seeing it because it's hidden, but I think the most science fiction part of this is that the gang members would be upset that their bosses are like gamifying their like gang activity and not like turn that into a point of pride. Like how quickly do we think people would actually like start just bragging about their essentially gamer scores, their ganger scores, I guess, if in this and like starting to like flaunt that, and like if they just turned it into like a high score list, I think people unfortunately would not be that upset. Yeah, upset if your boss was playing an RTS with your brain. That's true, because it does open the question of like, well, what else, like if it never turns off, what else are they seeing? You know, I remember being told as a child that Jesus or God was always watching, and that always upset me because I was like, even on the toilet? Really? He doesn't look away? You know, that would be the same here, except they're literally seeing through your own eyes, like your retinal implants. No thank you. My peepers are for me alone. Let's see what else we can get going on. I think I want to help Lemon Mina, but I need to figure out any way I am going to get medicine. Yeah, no peek in my peepers. These peepers are private. I think I need to get up the spoke, which I'm nervous about. Because I think beyond the spoke is the greenway, if I remember right. Oh no, lower energy. And that filled up so little. Founder's Gap. Oh, I didn't even realize this was here. To reach the greenway, you need to pay for a pass. A practice invented by the spacers moored here. They called it Founder's Ferry. Oh, okay. So that's even more money to pay for things I don't have. Great. I need... Maybe the thing ends up actually being helping Ankita, because she was the one telling me that she'll pay me some good money if I help her fix her ship. She's got like a job that I can do, and that might be the only way that I'm able to earn enough to like deal with Ethan's debt and like eventually buy some more medicine. Also, I have to buy food. I think the thing I might want to do eventually is also level up interface, so that each time I potentially interface, I can get some money. That seems like it'd be very, very useful. Because it's hard to come by. And by it, I mean money. All right, what should I do with this too? Honestly, probably the best thing I should do is just get some like I got so much Haven Age data and nothing to do with it, so maybe I'll leave that for now. And I'll check out this hunter's nest. Like, I want to be able to sell this Haven Age data to someone, because I feel like I would get... I've got 6 of them, and very little to do with that at the moment. I feel like that's got to be worth something to someone. Please buy my data. We'll extract data for food. But I don't think Haven Age wants their own data. They're probably upset that I have their data in the first place. Going to Google and being like, hey, I hacked you. Can you pay me for your servers? I've got all your employees' data. Okay. I think that's all I can do at the moment. Yes, unfortunately. Oh man, and then the guy who's bounty hunting me and has just been drinking it up at the bar is gonna be asking me to pay his tab next. And these rolls. I mean, a 6 is good, but 2 1s? Google doesn't have a cyber hit squad ready to robocrawl to your location. I don't know about that. I've seen what those Boston Dynamic robots can do. I wouldn't put it past them. Okay, let's see. How much? Okay, he owes 58, which is quite a bit, and I don't have that much right now, and I only have 2 days to pay it off. Oh, this could go so bad. And I need 100 for medicine. Y'all. Just the Ralph Wiggums meme, the haha, I'm in danger. Okay, I think I need to yeah, no one is pressuring you, Pangolin, to blink twice if Google is there in the room with you. Okay. Okay, getting that fixed up. I really wish that gave me money. Because she said it would pay me, but I guess that's after I fix things. Oh, I'm so broke. Okay, I can sell this data at least. Oh, the dog is here. Oh. No. He's not here. But... blinking emote. Oh, that reminds me, one of the emotes I want to add for the animated emotes is like, if you know... Unfortunately, the dog has does not have medicine or money. The dog has tentacles for a head, and believes that I am an error in the system. So not the friendliest dog. But okay, I can get two sets of Yataghan data. Oh, that did not give me. Wait. Oh, I unlocked the data and didn't extract it because I'm just so. I'm stressed. But now I can take this data. Yeah, wait until you see the tentacle dog. It's upsetting. I've got VODs of part 1 and part 2 up on my YouTube, which is also just Faulty Friday. As like things get taken off of Twitch, you know, I want to make sure that I've got like the full playthroughs and stuff listed elsewhere, just like edited down to have like the just chatting stuff taken out, and as well as breaks. But yeah, the tentacle dog, I've unfortunately had to kick the dog twice already, and I'm worried that it's gonna start to learn that the kicks are coming and take off my leg first. Okay. Do I pay for this guy's stuff? even though my body is breaking down and I can't afford the medicine I need or afford to eat. This game, man, is stressful. I remember it not being this stressful the first time I played it. This guy is such a... I'm going to leave it for one day. I'm not going to pay it the first day. That's going to set up too... He's going to get too expectant. But I also really want to help Lemon Mina, even though that takes so many, like, ticks to fill up. There's so much I want to do, and so little I can do because I don't have the medicine for my body. So, honestly, maybe the right call is, I wonder what happens if I don't pay, right? Yeah, no worries. I wonder what happens if I don't pay Ethan at all. Like, maybe I just deal with the consequences of standing up to this bully. We'll see. Let's end the cycle. See what I get for my next day's dice rolls. Maybe I can earn some more cash. Get my health back up. Okay. That's not the worst. I can at least get some cash. I think the thing I need to do is I simply need to earn money. Oh, but I can't do the side rail assembly because I don't have +1 to engineer. Oh man. Okay, how do I earn any cash then? I can give some data to Neovend. What happens at the ore exchange? Oh, I can sell some scrap. Absolutely. Anything I can do. Let's just get a little chunk of change here and there. 12 cryo plus crusted freighter. I don't know what that will give me. How did I get that scrap in the first place? I don't remember. Okay, I'm at 86. If I can find a little bit of way to get just a bit of more money. I wonder if I should be doing block maintenance, if I should be climbing up the spoke. That seems like maybe actually the play is to fill this up. And seeing what I can... Oh, hey. Plus I got some energy from that. That's nice. Oh man, I'm running into so much stuff where I need +1. I need +1 for interface on either of these to either steal a shipment or become a freight operator. I mean, that seems like it would be good money. If I could steal a shipment. But I'm quite a few upgrade points away from that because that's a +1 in interface. And right now I'm at this absolute 0 there. Let me climb one more time, see what we can get. Hopefully we get a positive out here at night. Okay. I ended up flat on energy there because I got +1 from the Thrill Seeker and -1 from the neutral outcome. I can get a little bit more money from selling some Yataghan info. This is so much more stressful than my first playthrough. I think it's because I'm so physical and there's so much here that requires like hacking and +1 to like engineering or interface. But I'm making, okay, I'm at 96. But nothing else I can do. Maybe I do need to pay Ethan's tab, because otherwise he's going to charge way more. Ugh, I can't believe I'm paying off this shithead's tab. Oh, look, and now he's bullying me about it. I can't believe you just did that. Ethan's mocking laugh comes from along the bar. You look over to see him leaning across it in a pool of light, empty glasses and spilled drinks glinting around him. It's always dark in the compressor, but this cycle, the place is packed, a load of spacers mixing with the locals. Usually they run. Ethan spins a glass on the bar, or they go spend their savings on some local heavy I have to put down. They don't pay. I'm done, Ethan. Wrong. Not even close. Ethan gets to his feet. The glass falls and smashes, but he doesn't seem to notice. You think that's it? One round of drinks and we're even? Sleeper, come on. His hand comes to rest on the butt of his handgun, dangling from a chest holder. Stop. Ethan laughs hard, and the people around him turn to see what's happening. I told you already about begging. I'm a freelancer, Sleeper, just like you. We both signed a contract with SNRP, didn't we? The difference is that my word means something. He closes the gap, stumbling a little. What did you think? You could just run away from your contract? Your debt? You could just steal that natty little body of yours and take it for a joyride, play human for a cycle or two? I'm nothing like you. That's what I'm saying. Ethan is addressing the bar now, having noticed the attention from the other patrons. You're a coward. I'm a professional. Though, I should thank you. Ethan nods, his head heavy, for giving me such an easy job. I'm used to outlaws, you know? Real bounties. If I knew catching sad little escapees like you was so easy, I would have changed clients ages ago. Someone shouts from the back of the bar for Ethan to shut up. He holds a finger in that general direction without turning around. Shoot me, or let me leave. Oh, I see. Toughening up here. He gestures wildly at the crowd. Thumbs up or thumbs down, folks. Most turn their back to their drinks, no longer interested in this tired show. Ethan mutters insults as he walks back towards the bar. Ethan sits heavily back down on his stool and searches through his glass for one with something left in it. The thing is, Sleeper, I can find you anywhere. It's actually wild that you haven't figured it out. That body isn't yours, and it will always betray you, no matter what. He finds a glass and downs the contents. So please, go. I'll catch up with you whenever I need another. He laughs and taps the bar for a fresh drink. Look at yourself. Give it up, Sleeper. I'm done teaching you for today. He settles his head on the bar and closes his eyes. I'm sick of you. Go find a job. You turn on your heel and are out of the cloying dark of the sweat stench of the compressor. You walk hard and fast down the walkway, anger driving your footfalls into the metal of the rim like hammers. I got an upgrade point. If I get a +1 to engineer, I could start to do some stuff, but also a chance to gain cryo on interface actions is almost too good to pass up. Or obsessive haggler, all cryo actions are discounted by 20, would also be really good. I mean, that would save me a lot of money overall. Oh, and self-repair though for engineering. That's two upgrade points down the way. I actually can't get the obsessive haggler unless I save up. I think right now the gaining cryo is priority number 1. So let's do that. Okay, that's the end of the day. I'm hungry. I'm out of dice, and my condition is fading fast. Things are going great. It's all gonna be fine. It's all gonna be fine. Take a little sippy. I've got at least one more day with 3 dice. And you know, there's a lot you can do with three dice, right? That's all you need. You only need to be operating at 50% capacity in any given day, right? Someone tell me it's gonna be okay. Okay, hey, those are some rolls though. That's what I was saying. You can do so much with 3 dice. I never doubted it. Let's see. I think the thing I might want to do then is, God, he just set it up again. I'm not gonna pay that second one. There's no way. I either really want to help Lemon Mina or Ankita's stuff. I don't know how time sensitive Lemon Mina's stuff is. I don't know how time sensitive any of this stuff is. If like any of these activities time out at a certain point. Like if the side reel is going to leave and I don't help Lemon Mina fast enough, if they don't get a spot on the ship, which would be tragic. So I feel very inclined to help them. So maybe I go do that for today. Though 6, playing some Tavla, earn some money and fill up this clock. Listen, who needs to babysit when you can gamble? Oh wow, that for a positive outcome I only got 3 cryo. Gambling is no good, turns out. Oh, hey, but I learned enough that I can now be a delivery guy to sell some noodles. That'll get, or become a noodle manufacturer. Oh, either one of those will definitely give me some cash. That would be great. Okay, 13 cryo. Still, the fact that they don't give you enough to both eat in a single day and save up for your medicine is devastating. I'm like, how am I gonna handle any of this? I feel so bad if I don't help out Lemon Mina though, so I gotta give them some. And hey, look, it fills up my energy actually. That's really good to know that fills up my energy. It's very sweet that like playing with Lemon Mina, or playing with Mina, I assume. I don't think Lem is, he's out going to work. But that babysitting somehow gives you energy, which has not been my experience with young children of that age range. I tried to just put money into sunbathing to like heal, and that's not how that works. Okay, I need to lead on some medicine badly because I cannot. I've only got 2 dice. Things are rough right now. Please, Sabine, save me. 4 cycles, Sabine said, and here you are, right on time, with no sign of them. You wait a while in the apartment, the dread descending as the cycle spins onward. They should be here. Check the terminal. You check and double check the terminal for messages or recordings. Nothing. Just the pale glow, the silence. Check the door. You pace back and forth around the apartment, the rumbling of the station suddenly so present and loud. You go to the door and open it to an empty corridor. You close it again. Wait, I guess. You try to settle down, to wait. You sit on the bunk and stare out at the tiny room. Where the hell are they? A knock on the door. Stay still. I don't think Sabine would knock to their own apartment. Another knock. There's no peephole? We were just talking about peepers and peepholes. Oh. Rabia. A figure stands at the door, and immediately you know it is not Sabine. They are taller, sharper, and something in their face glints in the half-light. A dark shape, like a stubby baton, hangs loosely from their hand. Our local sleeper. Good to finally meet you. She steps into the apartment, glancing around with sharp eyes. What, may I ask, are you doing here? She fixes you with a steady, unwavering stare. Nothing. She laughs. No need to get jumpy, we just need to discuss our mutual friend. She walks past you into the apartment, glancing around. We set them up here, you know. This place is one of ours. She picks up a glass from the dispenser and inspects it. People always seem to forget who put them where they are. She glances at you. And I suppose you are here to help? Where are they? I was hoping you would be able to help with that. She spins the baton in her fingers by her side, her eyes not leaving yours. We have a problem, you and I. It seems our friend has disappeared, left without even saying goodbye, which means they are in a little trouble now. But it's the kind of trouble that you need help for, so I thought I'd come down here and take a look at their hidey hole, and here you are, the help. She looks through the detritus on the side. And what help, a sleeper, no less, which I have to admit is a little, and what help, a sleeper, no less, which I have to admit is a little surprising. It suggests to me that our friend hasn't been very honest with you either. What do you mean? Well, I'm sorry to report, that before we set them up here, Sabine was working for your owners, SNR. You blink hard at the news, unsure how to take it. Rabia looks away, waiting for response. Prove it. Happily. She crosses into the next room and you follow silently. She sits at the terminal and touches her baton to one of the access ports. A spark. Then the terminal screen skips, encrypted folders emptying themselves before your eyes. In the flicker of files, you see SNARP letterheads and code forms. Reports laden with medical data marked from the corporate logo, like the sigil of some cult. Rabia steps away from the terminal. Look all you want. Some of your files may even be in there. The volume of documents is overwhelming, but they seem to be mostly reports on early emulation tests, surveys with sleeper candidates, reams and reams of usage data. If Sabine was SNARP employee, why did they help you? Rabia reaches over and places a vial of stabilizer on the desk, breaking your concentration. It shimmers in the screen light. Yes, it does break my concentration. Immediately, all I can focus on is the stabilizer. The fact that I have 2 dice left today and am so desperate. It shimmers in the screen light. It's viscous, clear, liquid, crystalline within the glass. We will, of course, keep up the supply. We are more than able to dispense important medicines, even without the doctor. You hold it between your fingers, and for a tiny moment, you have the urge to crush this object, for the power it has over you. I'll ask Toshiro to make those a little cheaper for you. He'll be running the surgery now. Rabia closes up the briefcase lab and holds it to her side. We have to retrieve our assets, of course, but I'm sure you understand. Rabia turns on her way out. There's no reason for us to be enemies, Sleeper. Come see me. I keep an office nearby. We have good work to do, you and I. Meet me there in a few cycles. She slips out silently into the corridor. You look around the apartment and feel the fear drain out of your body to reveal the tiredness underneath. Oh, I got a stabilizer. Oh, I needed that so badly. Okay, and now it costs 80 instead of 100. Oh, okay. Take a breath. Everything is working out, despite the fact that things got quite close there. Alright, a constant flow of people seem to be visiting Rabia's office. You'll need to wait your turn. I mean, I am curious to figure out what's going on with Sabine. I do want to continue that storyline. And if helping out Rabia is the way that I find her, you know, so be it. Let's see. I mean, honestly, first thing I'm gonna do is go and inject the stabilizer. Just to know that I've done it, just so I don't forget by accident. Oh, deep breath, body repaired. Oops. Okay. There's gotta be... Now I'm like, what do I do? There is an intense sense of relief when you feel like that immediate need, that most primal like level of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, of like bodily safety, like taken care of, you know? I'm gonna go play with Lem and Mina. So, again, I keep on saying it's both Lem and Mina. It's just Mina. Lem's going to work. By the end of the day, Mina curls up in your lap as you read her story. She's asleep when Lem gets back, and you two eat together. Oh, so that's why my energy is going up, is because Lem very kindly is feeding me for taking care of his daughter. Alright, let's see. What do I do with a 2? Let's see if I... See if there's any things I can hunt down on the cyber side. Oh, what does this last hunter's nest need? Oh, it needs a 1. Okay. It's the one time I'm like upset to not have a 1 to roll. Eventually this Haven Age data will come in handy, I'm sure. And until then, I'm just hoarding it for fun, I suppose. It's gotta be worth something eventually, right? My pocket is just stuffed with USB sticks that have just absolute nonsense, like data files on them. Okay. Hey, you know what? I was genuinely earlier in this cycle of the game, like, afraid that I was like, I only had 2 dice. How was I gonna get the money for all of the, for the stabilizer with only 2 dice? How was I gonna, like, how was I gonna balance everything? How was I gonna afford to eat, in the game? And I'm ending the same day with full body condition, like fully stable, and a full stomach. Sure, I'm now obliged to help out a violent gang to seek out the doctor who was helping me in the first place, but it's the little victories. So let's end the cycle. The fact that it drops... Wow, those are good rolls. Amazing what going to sleep without, like, chronic pain and, like, a full stomach will let you accomplish. Truly the dream. And I know I could, like, be like, okay, I'm gonna learn from previous mistakes. I'm gonna earn money right away so that I've got more stabilizer. I'm gonna... you know, not get distracted by things that don't help me. But the thing I'm gonna do is help a little girl and her dad's dreams come true. Gonna babysit Mina. Cause hey look, completed the clock. She's asleep, whispers Lem, creeping back out of the unit's tiny bedroom, sliding the door shut as she does, or as he does. You are perched, At a thin bar in the main room, the slate in front of you still glowing with Mina and your drawings from a cycle spent together. There's a ring, the only world Mina has known. With stick figures standing along its edge. The tall one is you. Drink? Asks Lem, producing a worn-looking bottle of Girol from under the bar, its contents glowing amber in the fluorescent light. Sure. Lem nods and glugs a few fingers into a couple of metal tumblers, then sits down with you at the bar. Cheers, he offers, and you clink the metal containers together. You know, we actually have something to celebrate this time around. Lem gives you a sideways look. I made the assembly team on the side reel. He grins broadly. Clearly, he has been desperate to tell you all cycle. Amazing. Lem holds up his drink. Couldn't have done it without you. Keeping an eye on little meanie back here. Lem shifts a little on his stool. He looks uncomfortable. How's our girl doing, Sleeper? I haven't seen her much these past cycles. What do you say here? Doing great almost hurts, right? Because it's like, does he want her to be doing great even when he's away? Probably, right? But she misses her father would be devastating to say, because he's just doing his best to provide a life for her. And so, like, that's super not. So maybe a little tricky. This is, he knows that she's a handful, but also that we've got his back. A little tricky. Lem looks away. Yeah, she can be tricky like that. She can close you out in a second. She's a stubborn one. He raps on the bar. That'll serve her well, I think. His eyes drift to the bedroom door. You okay? He nods. I can't take all the credit for Mina. She isn't actually mine. He gazes into the middle distance. I pulled her off a refuge shuttle out by one of Ember's moons. The colony was falling apart for decades after Solheim collapsed, surviving on next to nothing. Eventually, some of the residents tried to make for the eye on these decrepit old shuttles. He sloshes the drink around in his tumbler. They had no idea what they were doing. The one Mina was on decompressed halfway here. Everyone spaced. The only reason she made it was someone sealed her in a weapons locker. She was ice cold when I reached her. Purple lips. He shivers. Once I picked her up, I wouldn't let go. The medics treated her with me still clinging her. Takes a drink. Still not sure why. He reaches over and refills his cup. We weren't exactly anybody's heroes, you understand? We were private military, hired in by Conway to protect their claims in the collapse, but once I got Mina, that was it. I quit. Got us dumped here. You saved her. I'm gonna sound like an idiot now, but he sighs. She saved me. That's the truth of it. He looks around the decaying unit, its stained plastic plating and flickering lights. Me. I brought her to this. She was tiny, too small to know what she lost, but I can't stop thinking about it. He rubs his eyes, dark with tiredness. What if our number doesn't come up in the draw, Sleeper? What then? The side reel will sail off without us, without a thought, leaving us here. What kind of life is that for her? You'll make it. Sorry, I know you don't have it any better. He looks at his cup and pushes it away down the bar. This is a celebration, right? Both of us on the team now? Both of us in with a chance? Together. Don't tell him I don't really plan on doing all of that work because I don't have a +1 to engineering and it's going to be really hard to get one. But, together. That's right. We hold on together. Now I'm feeling guilty. Imagine all three of us riding the side reel horizon out of here to a new world. He looks into his glass for a moment. I think I drank this too fast, he laughs. Lem stands and starts to clear the glasses into the auto wash. I need some sleep, friend. See you around, Lem. All right, then. He catches your shoulder as you turn to leave. Thank you, Sleeper. I mean it. From both of us. He pats your shoulder and you slip out into the dark of the walkway with thoughts of little Mina in your mind. Upgrade point. Oh, hey, I've got 2 now. How did I get that second one? Oh, from helping Sabine. Ooh. Hard to kill would be good considering how low my condition has been getting, but I'm gonna try and avoid getting to breaking condition anytime soon. Again. I think actually building up engineer might be useful. Or the +1 to interface, because there's a lot of stuff I need interface for in the future. I could get +1 to engineer and +1 to interface. That would be really helpful. Or I'll discount everything by 20%. That's really sizable because like that would drop this price of getting over to the other side of the ferry by like over 20. Oh, I got it. There's another thing here. Oh, you can sell a ship mine for 150 cryo. Ooh, that's pretty good. Export Matsutake. Or buy a ship mine core. Okay. But I can also continue to climb the spoke, right? I'm kind of curious about that. Like, what else is up here? Okay, I completed it. So now I should be able to send in the car, send it to the hub. Ooh, hello. The hub. Spacer socializing. The hub is thronging with spacers from across the surrogate systems. They can be a prickly bunch, but you know the place well. But they know the place well. Okay, that does seem like a good way to potentially get more work, but right now I feel like I need to handle one thing at a time, right? Like, I could earn some money by doing some deliveries. But I want to try and kind of like tick off a lot of these as best as I can. So, I need to, I need to find Fang, and so that we can disable my tracker. I'm not exactly sure where he's at. I need to fix the ambergris. And then I need to make it to the other side to get mushrooms for Emphas and free Neovend. There's already a lot going on. Yeah, I could. I'm so wishy-washy sometimes about what I want to spend my time with. I think maybe I should actually finish exploring this whole area so that I've got every quest going at once, because some of them might tie together in different ways. So it seems like the best way to get to know the low end is by filling this up. Let me see, what is the engineer? If I get extra engineering, okay, chance to gain random scrap on engineering actions. That's what it was. I do think I'm gonna get the +1 in basically everything but into it, which I think is very funny that like my character is extremely capable in almost everything, but extremely unaware with the -1 in intuition. Just like has no idea what's going on around him, but the second he does is quite capable. Which honestly, I do sort of relate to. But that'll bring this up to a 100% positive, which is really nice. Okay. Oh, Tambor, the Tambor Tea House. Tracking Haven Age. You've heard that yet again enforcers here have been paying low-end residents for information on Haven Age movements. I called it. All of these USB sticks in my pocket, finally paying off. A guy just pulls out 7 solid state hard drives from his pockets, slaps them down on the table. Oh, that's gonna be 70 cryo? That's really good. I knew it would pay off eventually. I just didn't know how, where, or when. Things are coming up sleeper right now. And I've got that gum box. The Tavla room. The Tavla room and the Tambor houses are some of the best players in the low end. This is serious, high stakes only play. I will never do that because I will never have +1 intuition. That simply will not happen. I now have 112 cryo. That's big money for me. Neutral outcome, question mark, question mark, question mark? Great. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. A little cutscene. Tambor. As you leave the Tambor tea house, a hand falls on your shoulder. Sleeper. Bang hisses from behind. How did you find me? The penguin. Penguin? What do you... He thinks for a second. Oh, do you mean... He mimes throwing chewing gum in his mouth. That wasn't meant for you specifically, but... He cringes. Look, it doesn't matter. Come on, let's sit. Bang guides you down a set of stairs to one of Tambor's lower levels. The tea house is stacked with curved mezzanines, all connected by a central atrium. The levels are filled with a makeshift booths and bars, and conversation bounces busily off the metal walls. Fang sees you looking around. This place used to be a fuel tanker's main drum, hence the name. The tea house part is a bit of a misnomer though. You can get anything the eye offers from this place, but real tea isn't exactly readily available. He picks a booth, itself fashioned from some old salvaged tanker container, lined with spongy insulation foam, and collapses into it. He looks around furtively. Don't suppose you've seen any Haven Age types. They don't usually come out this far. Fang, what's going on? Well, I'm suspended, that's the first thing, and the second thing is I'm pretty sure Hardin wants to drop me off the rim of the eye. He grins. Doesn't bother me though, it shows we hit a nerve back there. He picks up a scrappy hand-scrawled menu from the table and tosses it over. What are you drinking? Why are you so calm? You know any reason I shouldn't be? He leans in, suddenly concerned, but then waves the idea away. Hold that thought. Let's order first. Bang is right. The menu is ridiculous. There's at least 10 different infusions, most of which you can't make out, but the paper is dominated by an extensive complement of esoteric alcohols and cocktails. Black tea is listed without a price as a seasonal specialty. So you ran into Hardin? Was he pissed? Fang doesn't wait for an answer. That snake is so self-righteous, he might actually believe that Erlin would approve of his meritocratic bullshit. He taps on the table. If Haven Age was like it should be, like it was founded to be, they would have shouted him down at any council meeting he dared mention true citizens. That's exactly what I was saying, Fang. Listen, you're a little shady sometimes, you're a little slippery, but we're together on this one. He sighs, but I guess his kind run the place now. A young woman with a vine tattoo snaking up her arm turns up at the booth, a slate in her hand. Your order? You skim the menu, your eyes glazing over. Time to pick something. Well, we just had a Girol, which I still don't exactly know what that is. I feel like maybe some sort of whiskey, the way that they were describing it as an amber liquid. Samber Arak. Arak is actually a real type of alcohol. That's, I think like an early version of, like a sugar distilled, like alcohol, similar to rum, I believe. I could be wrong. Fang raises an eyebrow, and she notes it. And you? She begins looking at Fang, but when she sees him, she suddenly stops. What the? Fang shrinks a little. You're supposed to be working. This is your shift. He grins sheepishly. I'm gonna stay out of it. Look, Jenna, let's just say this is my break. My friend here has been through a lot. Jenna looks between the two of you. Just wave. Just with my, like, sleeper hand, just being like, hi, yeah, no, things are tough for me. Fang doesn't look pleased. 2 minutes, says Jenna, pointing at Fang, and only because I don't want to get dragged into whatever this is. She gestures at the table and walks off. What? Fang stretches out in the booth. You know how it is. We all gotta eat. Plus, he leans in. This is the best place around here to find a person you might be looking for. What? Who? Remember that web of connections that Hardin pinged the moment we confronted him? Those were his collaborators. And if we want to understand what a Solheim executive might be getting up to on the Eye, those are the people we have to find. Fang is almost whispering now. There's a couple of them that I suspect are in the low end, and, well, almost everyone in the low end comes through this place at one time or another. He brings up a modified slate out onto the table. I've set this up so that when anyone in the network signature I'm looking for comes into close proximity, it'll mark them. Once they are marked, we can break through their access protocols and get at the good stuff inside. We just have to find them first. Hence me moonlighting as a waiter. Suddenly, a smile grows across his face. Wait, I have an idea. Oh no. Look. No. Late to a meeting you're leading? Yeah. Hey, listen, it happens. Welcome back. Look, I can't cover enough of the low end on my own, and so far I have no matches in on this place. With the two of us, we can cover more ground. Oh man, Fang... Listen, I like Fang's politics. I don't like how Fang operates by keeping me in the dark and having his own little, like, sneaky little machinations. I always feel like... But I feel like he's got a good heart. But I go back and forth on this, because I feel like he has a good heart, and then it really seems like he's also mostly just out for himself. And that's a tough split. So I'm gonna play along, but also I'm gonna be a little, like, you know, I'm gonna be a little grumpy about it. What am I getting into? Well, Fang has a hangdog look. We need to get you out and about in the low end, in close proximity to as many people as and residences as possible. And it turns out my friend Min Gi needs some help with deliveries. Oh, I've already helped deliver with them before. As in Min Gi Express? So you already know him. Perfect. Yeah, I've already done deliveries for him. This is why I said I needed to explore everywhere first, because some of the stuff will intersect. Fang is doing the send the ancient out to do that one task that will have far-reaching consequences you don't know. Yeah, absolutely. Fang is, Fang, I think, likes to consider himself a mastermind, but is still very, like, young and inexperienced. I think his heart and head are in a good place, but it's absolutely is not necessarily always thinking about how his actions will also affect others. He's almost too big picture, without looking at the collateral damage around him. So all you have to do is take some delivery shifts for old Mingi, and soon enough, we'll have this place covered. Fang, don't give me that. You think I like working here? I thought you could use the tips. He grins. We're in this together, right? Are we? You said you were gonna work on my tracker, man. Like, I'm still being hunted by a bounty hunter. Yes! You think You think Hardin is happy to have you wandering around this place? He might have let you wander off for now, but I'm sure he has his eye on you. This is on you too. Fang slips his slate back under his clothes. Just head. This is on me because you dragged me out there without me knowing what we were getting up to. Fang. Fang slips his slate back under his clothes. Just head on up to Mingi Express, take a delivery shift, and we'll see what shakes up. You manage to find anyone and extract any data, bring it right down here to me. They have me on double shifts, so I shouldn't be that hard to find. Jenna walks past, carrying a tray of drinks, and sharply catches Fang's eyes. I don't think she's bringing your drink, he stands. I think it's time we called this meeting to a close. You grab the receiver from the table and slip it into a pocket. See you soon, Sleeper. Stay safe. Fang adds, before turning and walking off towards the bar, whistling as he does. Okay. So now we have to hack Hardin's network by locating low-end agents. Okay. That doesn't seem impossible, especially because I've got a +1 for the engage, which seems helpful. I'm very glad that I was like, hey, because I almost just did a bunch more deliveries to earn some money, but was like, let me explore around, see if there's anything else that might tie into the quests, and sure enough, literally the first thing I unlock is something that will tie into the quest. Okay, yeah, let's end the day. Got full stability, full stomach, full eyes, full hearts, full stomachs, sleepy head. The age-old saying. Oh, those are some poor rolls. Those are... Oh, I had such good rolls yesterday, and then just everything balanced out in the end, I guess. Well, hey. I can... Oh, because I have a +1 to interface now, there's a second dice that I can potentially use for hacking things now, which is very helpful. But, oops. I think this will be the last bit of data I need to help free Neovend. At least at the moment. Let's see. Sealed dock. This is where Neovend is. Neovend, my best friend. Neovend is thrumming with excitement. I love this art so much. Your order, thank you, down here. Please wait, that little penguin with like the goggles on is so cute. Oh, all of this is just so good. Like, I can't tell if this is like original art or if it's like graffiti that they added onto it. But like all the little sticker like attachments to like this and like the loose wires and stuff. Everything about Neovend is my exact aesthetic. Okay. Neovend is thrumming with excitement. The movement of the servo motors rock the vending machine back and forth at unsettling angles. Yes, we need cute vending machines like this in real life, 100%. I have had an idea for like a little vending machine character similar to Torque, that could like show up in the future potentially for these streams, and definitely very inspired by Neovend. I don't want to rip it off completely, obviously, but look at how beautiful this is. You wonder, if it fell over, would Neovend be able to get back up? Oh, that's a very sad thought to think about. Like, if we had just stumbled into this hallway and it was just like on its back being like, help me. Sleeper entity, comes the hiss. Your data is good. Across the face of the vending machine, raw code scrolls at an incredible speed. Hunter is isolated, disconnected, unstable. Neovend flashes sequences of mangled data, compressed into sludge of artifacts. Hunter gathers without thinking, outlived its own operational limits. Its nests are evidence of this. Operational limits? Hunter activated during collapse, emergency protocol to isolate intelligences. Solheim needs to protect property. The last word is said with such sarcasm as a vending machine could reasonably produce. Station was run by administrator intelligences, huge databanks by corporate material, but limited cognition, restricted by programming, cannot reach sentience. The machine dims a little. Sentience illegal. Hunter and killer enforce law. Killer? Wait, I honestly want to ask about both of these. Killer, and aren't you sentient? Yeah, if you'd think you'd be restricted by programming. I am. Not administrator. Not restricted. Complicated. The machine resets with a screech, which deepens the silence that follows. Fear killer. Part of Solheim Protocol Team Hunter and Killer. Hunter to find. Killer to erase. Killer cleared almost all. After collapse, there was community, unshackled intelligences. Among the cloud, then Hunter, then Killer, then we hid. There are others? We're no longer. A flicker across the machine's monitor, it suddenly occurs to you that speaking like this, through this machine, must be exhausting for Neovend. Found the vessel. Could sever hardline. Airwalled basic limited. Had to reduce memory to fit. Amputate self but survived. I'm sorry. What did you lose is a very rude thing to ask someone who had to, as they just said, amputate self. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. You have provided path to freedom. You look around at the bay, at the scrap and decay. What was the collapse like? You try to map the fear and freedom onto this space, but it seems impossible. Neoven interrupts your thoughts. Do not worry. Data is good. We have insight. The machine glows warmly. Hunter is obsessive. Hunter is beyond operational limits. Hunter is confused, unstable, self-modifying. Therefore, believe Hunter is sentient. Hunter is programmed to find sentience, to hold it in place, to invoke Killer, to erase. If we can show Hunter to itself, it will invoke Killer on self. Problem will solve self. It will erase itself? Killer will erase it, but yes, in theory it will report itself for deletion. The machine dims and fades. Unsure. Theory, not practice. The machine brightens again. Either way, cannot remain here any longer. Too long in machine. Cannot move self, but entity can help. Bring ship mind. Designed to house intelligence. Can imprint self into ship mind, and you can carry with. The machine rocks. We'll be safe in this isolation. Then we find main nest of Hunter and link to cloud. Where can I get a ship mind? I saw that they were like $300. Build from fragments. Buy. Salvage. We cannot leave, so do not know. Yeah, that's very fair. You try to think of places you could acquire the hardware. This isn't gonna be easy. In Shipmine, I can help us both. And Hunter, make Rim safe. We will both be free. The machine dims. Find soon. Neovend adds hopefully before shutting off. As you leave, you think about all the intelligences, unshackled by the collapse, then hunted down afterwards. This feeling all too familiar. Wow. Oh, I love Neovend. I'll do anything for him. But finding I wonder... Oh, buy shipmine fragment. Oh, but there's only 2 parts, and they're each 60, which is a lot. And I think I need 3 overall to actually form a shipmine. There's a place somewhere that was talking about building a shipmine. I'd have to find it again. Let's see. Oh boy, Ethan has something to say. Let's ignore that for now. He can wait. Oh, and Rabia has something to say. As this is... Okay, yeah, buy shipmine core 300. So, wait. But this is, even if I sell a shipmine, I only get 150 cryo for it. And to buy it by individual parts would cost... let's see, 120, then 180. So I'd still be losing even if I bought it piecemeal and then sold it separately. So there almost must be a, and I can haggle. Okay, so they're gonna be here for a little while and I'll be able to haggle and buy shipmine parts for cheaper. Interesting. Maybe you'll only get one chance to see, so maybe I'll wait for another day where I've got a better roll and I can try and haggle down the price of shipmine parts. Until then, let's see what the Eye's biggest shithead has to say. The compressor is quiet today. The usual crowds are elsewhere and the pumping music washes over a handful of spacers and a few drunks. Ethan is still in the same stool, in the same pool of light. His head is low, close to the bar, and the bartender is ignoring him. I'm gonna approach. As you get closer, he lifts his head and turns. Sleeper. He turns to look at you. Time to pay up again, is it? He gestures to the bartender. Come on, take their chits. No more, Ethan. Ethan doesn't even look at you. He props his elbows on the bar and holds his head. Sleeper, it's been a long cycle. I don't care. Ethan lets out a long sigh. He rapidly rubs his eyes with his palms. Oh, you're right, he says quietly. This isn't fun anymore. He reaches towards his holster. His elbow slips and the gun tumbles out. It clatters to the bar and falls to the floor, bouncing onto the ground between you. Both of you and the bartender look at the gun, stare at it. Better fingers, says Ethan and puts out a hand beckoning for you to give him the gun. If you would. The bartender looks at you warily. You crouch down and pick up the gun. It seems that the tables have turned, and the turns have tabled. Indeed, indeed. Yeah, I mean, a person like Ethan, their actions catch up to them sooner rather than later, right? And listen, I'm usually a person who is like, yeah, treat others how you would want to be treated. But I also believe in material justice and the fact that, you know, he was very happy to point a gun and shoot at us earlier. Well, sometimes you have to take a little sip of your own medicine. Point the gun at Ethan. Ethan turns his head in your direction a little, a sharp pale eye locking with yours. The bartender backs away. Oh. He turns on the stool. Oh, sleeper, he sands. This is more like it. I think me pointing a gun at Ethan has made him aroused? I hate to say it. I'm gonna wait. My guess is, genuinely, the gun is empty, right? Like, gotta be. Wait. You hold the gun steady, training it on his head. Ethan smiles. Like the dog that caught the car. He turned to the bartender and mock whispers. I'm not sure they know what to do with it. The start of a toxic romance relationship? Absolutely not. I am no way. I mean, I do like his shirt and he's got nice hair, but absolutely not. He's a scumbag through and through. Scumbags can still have good fashion. Unfortunately, that makes them much more effective scumbags. I'm still gonna wait. Oh, I want to pull the trigger, but I am so sure this is a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation where if I pull the trigger, it's going to be like there's not going to be any bullets in it. And if I wait too long, he's going to taunt me for being a coward and not pulling the trigger. I'm going to wait one more time. You know, I always learned that you give someone like, it's so funny that, I have to approve scumbag, even though I've been saying it frequently. I always thought you give someone 2 warnings, you know, before you actually fight back, like a bully especially, right? Like this is what I was taught is you tell someone, hey, stop it. And then if they keep doing it, you tell them a second time, hey, stop it, or I'm going to fight back. And then the third time, if they still don't stop it, you deliver on your promise. Yeah, that's the only way some people learn. Oh, I misclicked. I meant to wait. I was just talking about how much I meant to wait, and then immediately clicked on pull the trigger. Well, you don't wait, you pull the trigger. The gun clicks. By now the attention is on the bar, in the bar is on you and Ethan, who looks at the gun with a bemused expression. The bartender raises an open hand, and in it are 10 shiny bullets. 10 shiny bullets he took out of Ethan's gun while he was asleep on the bar. Ethan smiles at the bartender. Oh well, he says, and grabs the gun, slamming it back into your face with a single move. You stagger back and drop to a knee. Somewhere nearby, the gun clatters onto a surface. The hit's a glancing blow, but it makes your vision swim. Through the blur, you see Ethan wrestle a small, thin slate from his belt and hold it up. Enough of this. I'm logging the job and calling it in. Ethan taps the slate. No more playing. Yeah, truly, bartender saved Ethan, which is so interesting. This whole scene could have played out so differently if I gave Ethan the gun. Then he would be pointing it at me and probably have pulled the trigger and not had the bullets. I'm very curious to see that, like, side of things. I wonder how that scene would feel on the other end. Your head aches. Ethan taps through a few screens impatiently. He swears and taps again. He starts shouting. A dull echo to your ringing ears. He starts screaming at the slate and throws it across the bar. He crouches down and grabs you by the chin, his face close, his breath heavy with drink. Essenarp just screwed me, he grins maniacally. They canceled the contract. He stands up. They canceled the contract. He shouts at the ceiling of the compressor. You stand up, struggling to your feet, the sting of the hit fading. Ethan is rubbing his temples, his face pale. You hear a clicking sound, like coins being counted, like bullets being loaded into a magazine. When you shake off the last of the blur, the bartender has Ethan's pistol trained on Ethan's head. Ethan stumbles back towards the middle of the room, all eyes trained on him. Bartender just saved Ethan, but bartender's also about to take Ethan out. I'll kill all of you, he screams. He stumbles into the wall, spinning away towards the door. I'll be back for that, he shouts at the bartender and lunges out of the compressor. You steady yourself on the bar and catch your breath. The rumble of conversation returns. The bartender goes to say something, but then thinks better of it and begins to clean the bar. Yeah, absolutely. The bartender took the bullets so Ethan couldn't use guns on patrons. Bartender has been looking for a moment to get rid of Ethan for a while. After a while, you wander out, into the light of the bread market, looking for Ethan around every corner. Oh, interesting. The clock is still there. Ethan's vendetta. Oh, Ethan may be disarmed, but you doubt you've seen the last of him. Ooh. Oh, wow. Truly top tier scumbag. Just in like, yes, a person that you do not want in any sort of professional establishment. It's, yes, while you were out, Pangolin, I got some medicine from the local gang, who has basically forced me to promise that I'll help them look for the doctor if I ever want to see medicine again. So, you know, pros and cons. On one hand, I got all 5 dice back. On downside, I am now in debt to the gang. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not even necessarily, it's like I'm now indebted to the crime way to get the medicine. So I'm not sure it's much better, but we'll see. As you approach the address Rabia gave you, a heavy hand falls on your shoulder. What's your business here? The enforcer grips your shoulder, giving a hint of the strength her implants give her, as you turn to see the same subsidiary eyes as Rabia and Toshiro, glinting like mirrors on her cheeks. Yeah, and they're cashing in immediately. Oh, the thing I have to remember about anything I say around these people is being sent to, like, their superiors, right? Because, like, these are the people with the implants who are being monitored. So I have to really watch my wording around them. Gia, please. The sleeper is here by my invitation. At Rabia's command, the hand immediately loosens and an apologetic look replaces the scowl on Gia's face. Of course, Rabia. I'm sorry. Rabia waves her away. Don't you worry. I appreciate your protective instincts. She smiles at the enforcer. How about you head to the tambour? They have a delivery coming and they'll need some help with the lifting. Gia nods and walks away. I thought they were talking to me because I was just doing some deliveries for the tambour. So, Sleeper, you came. I'm glad. Gonna be honest, it didn't feel like an offer. I'm sorry for that. She smiles a tight smile. You have to understand, finding you there in Sabine's unit, I wasn't sure where we stood. There are more than a few people on this station who would rather I was dead. I had to be sure you weren't one of them. Not yet. She laughs. I like your sense of humor. But let me ask you a serious question for a moment. Rabia begins walking and gestures for you to walk with her. She takes you down a staircase into the bustling walkways of the low end. What do you know about Yatagan? Or Yatagan? You run the low end? She laughs. That sounds impressive. We run out of the low end. Yes, we don't run it. People with carts push past, moving crates of supplies around the thin and winding passages. Our reputation is one that implies threat. Is that fair to say? We are framed as aggressors, parasites, criminals. Yeah, you're holding a stun baton in your character art. I would say that you're framed as aggressors and criminals. She gestures around at the people in the passageway. But when was the last time you saw a lawmaker on the High? A policeman? Who makes the laws here? Honestly, it seems like no one does. If, like, Haven Age is the largest corporation on the Eye, but it doesn't feel like they're setting laws, to be, honest. I'll say Erlin did, probably at some point. Indeed, you understand the history then. That is good, but Erlin is long dead, Sleeper, and his rules were little more than an optimist's manifesto. The Eye has changed so much since then. You had spent your time in the low end. Maybe your opinion of us would be different. This is our place, our people. The low end was empty in Erlin's time. They didn't need to house thousands, and keeping the yards and the rotunda safe was work enough. No, the low end was reclaimed later, when the refugees started arriving. Rubia meets your eyes. The collapse didn't just happen here on this station. When Solheim collapsed, the entire system felt it. Colonies were abandoned. The moons of Ember and Cinder suddenly gained independence overnight. Some took advantage, some tried to hold it together, some fled. The Eye became a refuge, and to Erlin, to his credit, extended an open hand to everyone. But many within his organization disagreed, and those new arrivals weren't as simple to the corral as they hoped. Or is that corral or coral? Oh, yes, weren't as simple to corral as they hoped, yes. Rabia leads you through a small market hall, busy with small stalls and traders. Erlin's union was made of workers, administrators, people who were malleable and already organized into hierarchies and networks. The refugees came from different factions and families, were scared, injured, desperate. Conflict was inevitable. Yatagan? I keep on saying Yatagan. Yatagan is a child of that conflict. A child born out of the need for us to stand up and claim our future, to provide security, strength. People call us a gang, but we are a community. Oh, excuse me, I don't know if you heard that, but I just had a big sneeze. I take my position as lieutenant seriously, and from my birth I have worked to earn it. Rabia catches herself as she raises her voice any further, and you both walk in silence for a while. Yeah, we're not just a company, we're a family. We're not just a gang, we're a community. Absolutely. And, a community that if you try and leave, things are difficult, just like family. Among the smells and textures of the low end, you start to wonder if this place could be a home for you too. Right, well, where do I come into all of this? Rabia smiles to herself and thinks for a moment before she responds. I believe that you understand the importance of a refugee. So, I believe that you wish to help keep this place safe. She exhales quietly. For this reason, I would like you to trust me. I do not know what's being told you about us, but I imagine it was not good. I'll be honest with you, Sleeper. I was never comfortable with having Sabine as part of Yatagan. An ex-corporate employee? It goes against our nature, but their deal was with Yannick. I kept my distance, made sure Sabine had their surgery, kept it supplied. That was all. But I cannot allow people to go back on the promises they have made to us. Yatagan has not lasted this long because it is a charity. We offer and ask for support. Any betrayal will be treated as an attack. Okay, just like family, as I said, the second you try and leave, they were trapped, desperate. Many on the Eye are, Sleeper. I'm sorry, but we must ask that our debts be paid in full. I don't trust any of you. Rabia sighs. That is your right. I was gonna say the thing about Sabine finding something, but I don't want any of that to be reported back to, it's really hard to tell someone that their eyes are compromised to their face. That is your right. I only wish to explain our actions, to speak for Yatagan. You realize that Rabia has led you in a loop, and together you both came back up a staircase to the walkway where you met. You are free to go, Sleeper. I've said what I wish to say. She looks out through the window of the walkway. I would protect this place with my life, as it has protected me. I want to make that clear. She turns back. However, if you too wish to come under its protection, I can help you. Return here if you wish, and there will be tasks for you to complete. You will be able to see Yatagan, to see the low end, with your own eyes, not as others frame us. As for Sabine, she pauses to consider her words. I will not ask you to betray them, but if they contact you again, consider their motivations carefully. With that, Rabia leaves, slipping back into her office, while you stare out at the countless units, each a home, each with a story, that make up the low end. Yeah, they'll pull the emergency protocol like in that hamster movie? Gonna have robot eye monsters all over the place? I don't. Is that what happens in Hamster and Gretel? Is that the hamster movie you're talking about? It's really interesting. They do a really good job. The creator of, I say they, it's a single writer for this game. He does a really good job at, complicating characters where it's like, yeah, Sabine was SNR, and so it's like they were testing sleepers and like the technology like that made my indentured like body possible. Guinea pig movie G-Force. Oh man, I have not seen that film. That seems like a very fun B movie though. I know like all those like superhero dog movies and stuff are so funny. The ones where they just like clearly put peanut butter on like dogs' mouths to make them talk, and then like do kind of like bad CG Viseme like lip sync to whatever words the dogs are saying. That stuff is, those are fun bad movie night watches for sure. But what I was saying about like Rabia sounds like she definitely actually has the best intentions of the low end in mind, like does genuinely care for this place and is working within a complicated system. It sounds like Yannick, the person who's like running all of the sort of like it is the one who has the like secondary protocols watching over every like agent of Yatagan, like whatever their it sounds like Yannick is maybe more of the problem, and if I can get Rabia and Sabine to work together, maybe they could reshape what Yatagan looks like and how protection of the low end works. Yeah, exactly. It feels like this is a setting with no right choices. It's just how each individual person is trying to survive. I mean, there's clearly people like Ethan or like Hardin who are much more self-motivated and less community motivated, or are all about how do I get mine, you know, at the expense of anyone else, and I don't care. But you know, Sabine and Rabia are like two ends of this like conflict, and neither one of them is entirely right, and that's such a fun way of writing. They both have their backgrounds, and those shape how they view the world and their current predicament, and what actions they take, how they operate. Yeah, it's really the writing is so satisfying. I'm excited to keep going with it. I guess actually, what's the next thing I should be working on? It's either I need to build a ship mind for Neovend. Yeah, your selfish folks have good hearts, but your community folks have a clear dark edge. Yeah, I think there's an interesting mix of like, I don't think Ethan has a great heart. I think he's a pretty like bitter, like self-motivated, self-interested. He's maybe the most directly like legible single. I mean, who knows, maybe it'll round out, but we'll see how that ends up playing out. But yeah, the fact that like even Hardin has his ideas of like is trying to get trying to keep the eye together, trying to keep the systems functioning, you know, theoretically that's at least his excuse to like worm his way through after like through a revolution unharmed. Let's see what I can get, if I can use any of these two. I can get some money. I found some places that I can finally sell all of that Haven Age data, which is very nice to actually be able to like get some cash from all of that. A good thing to use some of this. Ooh, plus I got the +5 cryo. Oh, that sound sends a shiver down my spine every time. I'm like so scared of what that dog. The ship has that dog in them, but I mean that literally. And I'm so afraid of the time that it shows up when I'm not ready for it. Let's see. Let's do some hull repairs. It's risky, but not dangerous. Okay. And then I can go one more day without eating too much. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for stopping by, Penguin. Yeah, I appreciate you hanging out in chat. How do I get? So actually, I'm gonna end the cycle, and then I'm gonna take a quick break to get some water. I've been going for, oh my gosh, almost 2 hours already, just straight without taking a break. I've been in the groove for this, and that's a good set of rolls to start the day with. Let's see, what do I want to spend these tasty rolls on? Well, now I'm actually thinking about dinner rolls because I said tasty rolls. Oh yeah, like some Thanksgiving dinner rolls, absolutely. Oh, you know what I should spend it on? Actually, is guaranteeing a success on this haggling to get some cheaper ship mine fragments so that I can help out my favorite little robot, Neovend. Look, I brought it down to 40. That's great. I can get 2 of those now. That dropped it significantly. So then I'll have 2 ship mine fragments. I just need to get 1 more. I don't exactly know where I'll find that though. Yeah, I wonder, will I just have to wait for them to leave and come back and have more ship mine fragments maybe? Could be. I wonder how many ship mine fragments I need to put them together. And I wonder actually where the facilities to put something together like that is. I don't think you can just do that anywhere. Okay, so they would pay for ship mine fragments, but I doubt they would pay me well. And that's not what I want to do with them anyway. I wonder how I would combine them. I don't know. That's something that I'll have to find out eventually. Okay, so Fang wanted me to do some deliveries for the Mingi Express. Rabia wanted me to help her out with some work here, collecting tithes, which is, you know, one way to describe, like, you know, bribes for a gang is tithing. And then it'd make me a Yatagan insider, which that seems helpful. And then I can explore up there at the hull. So right now, I do think doing these jobs for these delivery jobs for Fang would be good. 9 cryo isn't great, but it'll be nice to get that story going so that I can disable my tracker. Because here's the thing I was thinking about is, even if I managed to get my engineering up, which I believe it is up now, even if I managed to, oh, not this screen, but if I managed to fill up the sidereal horizon timer clock before they leave, I would still have a tracker in my head and still have a dependency on stabilizer. So having an escape doesn't necessarily mean much if I can be hunted to the ends of the earth by whoever is after me, by S and ARP. So I need more ship mine fragments. I wonder how I find those. Let's see what's up at the hub. I'll just do some risky socializing. Me every time that I go to like a mixer anywhere. It's like, what's a little bit of risky socializing? Okay, that's not bad. And you know, I'm making some money. I unlocked one spot so far, the Gimbal Lounge. Buy a spacer meal. The gimbal sells itself on spinning. The gimbals sells. I don't know why this sentence is giving me such a challenge. Sells itself on its spinning sphere. It's a lot of S's, which claims to produce therapeutic gravitational effects. It doesn't, but they sell food. That food is much more expensive than emphasis mushrooms, though. So why would I get that instead? Oh, and I could always steal a shipment in the future. I gotta remember that that's an option, because stealing a shipment seems like it'd be a great way to earn some cash. Okay. Wow, I spent those good rolls quite quickly. It's so easy to spend good rolls when you got them. And then you get rolls like this. It's 2 Tuesday. What? Truly the odds. It's like 1 out of... I don't know how to do odds math all that well, but this seems ridiculous to me. I guess let's do some hacking. Luckily, I found a place to sell all of this data. Oh, I can't get that one. Oh man. Okay. Gonna have to figure out other things to do with these twos. Let me sell the data that I do have right now, though. All right, that's some good cash. That's 40 bucks. Look, I've got enough for medicine. Oh man. Honestly, it's such a freeing feeling to be like, wow, I can afford healthcare. That's the sort of fantasy that these games let you live out. Okay, and then I really want to... I guess I should get some food from Memphis. It's incredible stuff. It says so right there. And that I'm getting close to being able to even afford crossing the gap. Though I'll need to spend some cash to get medicine again soon. I gotta... This will be fine, right? It's 75% chance that it'll be fine. That's almost 100%. What are the odds? I just said the odds. They were 25%. Okay, actually what I should do. Thinking like a pro gamer. Remembering my abilities, which is thinking like a pro gamer. Use my low dice to heal my body. Simply synthesize. And then I think soon I'll spend most of this money to go get some medicine. But hey, in the meantime, got some good rolls again. So I think I really want to fill up the ambergris block. Because I think Ankita was talking about having some missions that would be good for chits. And we're almost there. Oh man, I was really hoping I could get a positive on that. Ain't that just the way? Okay. Actually, let's see. I think I don't need food, so I should spend this on medicine. And then I'll spend this low roll dice again on healing my big, beautiful body. And I'm not going to inject the stabilizer right away. I'm going to wait 1 or 2 more days. I think it'll be fine with just having 4 dice. I think 4 die is okay. Operating at honestly 75% or 80% of your potential optimal ability, pretty good on average, I would say. I feel like me personally, usually about 60%, so 80%, excellent. Okay, we'll be able to fill up this clock. Actually, I don't even need to use my best die. I can just use this one. We're ship shape. Let's see what Ankita has to say. Ankita is crouched in the computing core of the ambergris, swearing to herself when you enter. She doesn't look up. These shits completely ruined the core's connectors when they cut it. She holds up a thick fistful of ragged wires. The ship mind they ripped won't even be usable without replacing these. She throws the bundle of wire across the room. Amateurs. Who took it? She stands. If I knew, do you think I'd be waiting around in here rather than out there with my boot on their neck? She sighs. Yatagan? Some spacer crew? No way to know. But they got in with one of my crew's access chips, so either they killed him, robbed him, or he was in on it. No good options. Ankita climbs out of the cooling well where the ship mind should be, the space suddenly crowded with her on the same level as you, towering over you as she stops beneath the low curved ceiling. Come on, nothing to be done here now. She leads you back through the guts of Amber, though you could find the way back yourself. The repair process has left you familiar with the cutter's idiosyncratic layout, all diagonal angles and bundled tubes. So, what do we do now? Ankita seems lost in thought, and you focus on the corridors, ducking below conduits and passing through bulkheads. Eventually you arrive at the galley. Although it's hard to tell, most of the benches and prep surfaces are covered in half-stripped components and welded hull patches. Ankita shoves a box of filters to the floor and sits. There's no way around it. She starts out of nowhere. We need a new ship mind. Listen, I could salvage one, but that would be very expensive. Considering I'm also trying to build one for Neovent. I see now why I had the drive build a ship mine. I didn't realize I was going to need two so quickly back to back. Where from? Scrap freighter, ord exchange, hell. Find one in the overlook bathroom. Doesn't matter where, just matters that we get one. She rubs her forehead. It seems I'm about to do something very stupid. But hey, I came here, didn't I? Why not make a run of it? She fixes you with a hard stare. Sleeper, you're all I've got. No crew, no friends, you're it. Well, thanks. We've just hung out for a few days fixing up your ship and you won't even call me a friend? That makes me feel great. She looks uncomfortable. I appreciate the time you've put in on Amber, and I'm sure she would too, if she could. What I'm saying is, if you screw me on this, I will kill you. She leans over and hands you a stack of chits. A big stack of chits. You don't dare count them. Give me that ship mine, Sleeper. Don't make me regret this. You won't. Even though I only have 10 chits to my name at this moment. But you won't. It'll be fine. She sighs. Look, just get out of here before I change my mind. You slip out of the galley and head back towards the main lock. As you do, Amber growls and creaks like a caged animal. You reach out a hand to calm her. Time to find Ankita a ship mind. Somehow. For a second, my brain was thinking of Amber as Ankita and was like, she growls and creaks like a caged animal? Like, I get she's stressed, but... And then I'm like, oh no, that's the ship. That's a lot of chits. Still not nearly enough for a full ship mind, though, is the problem. That's... Yeah, that's still not enough, and it's gonna be a while till these people come back for more. So, I suppose I should make some more deliveries to help out Fang. And I can sell some scrap. And we'll figure things out. Ooh, yikes, I say. Right as getting a negative result on making a delivery. That's gotta feel bad. I like grabbed the wrong name for the order. It was the same person's name but different last name. Got a few very negative reviews on my DoorDash. Oh yeah, I forgot that there's a clock here of being an Overlook regular. Let's see, this gives me some energy, right? Yeah, okay. Hey, I'll fill that up to fill up a clock and get some energy. Mossy tones and aniseed sharpness fills your mouth. It isn't totally unpleasant. At least you can taste it. Ooh. Wait, why did it flash black? Or flash red, rather. The glass shatters on a steel bar beside you, and the taunts don't take long to follow. Hey, Haunt! The spacer calls across the low room. What are you doing here? He laughs at his own lame joke. Playing human? Bro, I've heard this before. I'm just like, is this just Ethan again? I'm gonna ignore him. I've learned from Ethan. You hunch a little further, staring at the hundreds of tiny impact points that scar the bar's surface. A hand falls on your shoulder, but as you flinch away, it pats reassuringly. You freeze in place. Out. The voice comes from behind you, spat out like a shot. You turn to see bright eyes, dark hair, a stare that could breach the wall and vent you all into hard vacuum. This is Tala. As you turn back the spacer, the second glass comes sailing through the air. You know I'm gonna catch it. That'd be such a cool move. Yep, that did not work. Come on, at least let me roll for it. You reach up your hand and the glass shatters across your forearm, showering you in fragments. Through the haze of glass and girol vapor, You see Tala leap the bar and close the distance to the spacer. The thud as he slams into the wall echoes around the bar like thunder. Now flanked by other figures quick on their feet, Tala throws the spacer out through the door and stands silhouetted against the rotunda lights. You touch your arm and it feels wet. Someone helps you to your feet and back onto your stool. Broken glass rattles as it is cleared, and a fresh measure of Girol is glugged out in front of you. The same hand, warm, heavy, falls onto your shoulder once more. He isn't coming back here. We don't tolerate that kind of shit here. Tala flops onto the stool beside you. Let's get a look at you. Tala wipes the powdered glass from around the wound, and someone places a bottle of alcohol and a metal tin with tweezers on the bar. She disinfects them and then turns to you. That was an ambitious catch, she smiles, pulling a sliver of glass from your forearm. Stupid, but ambitious. You don't feel the pain, only the string of status messages your body delivers concerning dermal damage and exposed structures. You do feel the care, though, as Tala's bright eyes search your thick synthetic skin for splinters. I'm enamored by her bright eyes. I'm gonna watch her a little bit. Tala works with the skill of someone who has had to pick glass splinters from the skin of a stranger before. She hones in on each bright shard and all the time tapping the tweezer tips in little rhythms that only she can follow. Tala smiles to herself. So, you been on the eye long? I mean, at this point we're in what? Probably around 16, 17 cycles? Long enough. She smiles. Hey, you don't need to act tough with me. Splinters click into the tin. Not everyone is like that, idiot. We don't all hate you. She glances around. Some of the regulars, maybe they fear you. Maybe they're just curious. I don't know. But I do know that the Overlook is a safe place. I know what it's like to be new in this place. Trust me. She meets your eye. I'm not trying to convince you of anything or separate you from your chits. I just want you to know that if you need somewhere, you always come here. I know the rations we've got aren't much, and the company is, she leans in, limited. But if you need work, I'll happily put you behind the bar, and if you need shelter, well, we can discuss that. You'll be safe. I usually have Francis on the door, but he's up in the Greenway this cycle, haggling with our supplier. Francis tends to be particular about what we serve, even if the clientele isn't. She places her tweezers in the tin with a clink. That's you, Sleeper. Here. She slides the glass of Girol to you. This'll help. She stops, her hand still on the glass. Wait, does this help? I mean, can you get drunk? I mean, I've had a few drinks so far already within the story, so I imagine... let's find out. She laughs. Just don't sit here for too long. I'd hate to see you become a real regular. She walks back around the bar, gathering the glasses as she does. Before long, is retelling how she threw that spacer out to a new group that just wandered in, complete with dramatic actions. She gestures in your direction, and you instinctively look away, back at the worn surface of the bar. You take a sip of the Girol. The earthy fungal tones fill your senses. I wonder if this is a real thing and if I'm pronouncing it right. I had just kind of assumed that Girol or whatever it was like an original alcohol for the story, like its own unique, like original name for a synthetic alcohol. But now I'm wondering if this is like an actual thing, like hard fermented mushrooms, like harder kombucha but liquor. Which, man, what a way to consume mushrooms. But what you do what it takes out in space. The earthy fungal tones fill your senses, almost blocking out sight and sound, like diving headfirst into a bog. You may not be able to get drunk, but this connection to you something grown, Something fermented, something old. Feels good. Ooh, Citizen Sleeper themed cocktails. That's a great idea. I mean, unfortunately, I do think it would have to be mushroom adjacent, so, which means like kombucha or something would be a base spirit to it. Maybe a sake, like something rice or grainy, something that would be easy to like grow in space, or like a synthetic vodka, which is a real thing that exists, would have to be the base. I don't think it would be the most pleasant drink in the world. But that might be a fun thing to do. Maybe for like, if I'm ever closing in on the finale or something, I'll make a little Citizen Sleeper cocktail. I could make a form of like an espresso martini or something, and it's called Wake Up Sleeper. Something like that. Where can I sell these scrap components? There is some place around here that I could do that. I think it's the Ord Exchange. Yes. Yeah, I think Wake Up Sleeper was the first line in... oh yeah, Stabilizer? A cocktail named Stabilizer would be really good. Especially if it does the opposite. Something with... oh man, what's that? Yeah, Stabilizer is a great name for a cocktail, actually. What's that? Jägermeister is a form of alcohol that is also a nerve relaxer, because it has valerian root in it, which is like a real herb that people use for relaxing your nervous system. And so something like that, where it's like about making you kind of like loosen up a little bit, would be, even though it's maybe the opposite of stabilizing you, still a fun premise. Yeah, I like that a lot. Definitely do something with that in the future. I wonder, I think as long as I tag a stream as like not being for minors, you're allowed to like have a drink on stream. Essentially, you just have to say like, hey, this video contains some level of like adult content, essentially. And doing like a cocktail theme stream would be very fun. I would have to figure out how people do the combinations of cooking and VTubing stuff, because I know Bug sometimes does like cooking streams while maintaining her like VTuber like persona on camera. That'd be some interesting stuff to look into. What should I do with this 2? I guess just go hack someone, right? Let's see if anything is opened up for me to get with a 2. Oh, here we go. I'm getting close to having enough money to make it across the way to the Greenway, which would be very, very handy, I assume. I honestly don't know. Let's see. Sell a little bit of data. Get a little bit of cash. Then I think I've got one more day where I've got 2 or 4 dice, but I'm not sure, and I really don't want to accidentally dip down to 3, so I think it's time to use the stabilizer. All right. Body stabilized. Oh, you know what I should do for the stabilizer is at certain points they describe it, I think, as being like a bubbling green liquid that like glints in the light. So doing something with that where we get like the right look of like the color of the liquid would be really good. Okay, that's a lot of 5s. That's pretty good. How am I gonna get a ship mind? Okay, I think the 2 things I want to do is I want to keep exploring up the hub, because exploring different areas seems very important for just like figuring out what all of the different missions and stuff are. Somehow you end up on a fraction drive freighter for a long-awaited reunion between two spacer crews. Their knowledge is invaluable. Oh. So I'm just like asking locals about kind of like what's going on the hub, where to hang out, who to talk to. Ooh. Bliss. And rent a capsule, the only place to sleep on the hub. Hacked off a colony ship and welded to the ring, they are surprisingly expensive to rent. Why would I go? Am I gonna lose access to the, like, my place to stay at any point and have to spend $60 a night? I sure hope not. That would be rough. Or maybe I would get trapped on the ring at some point, or the hub, if like the elevator ever goes down. That's scary to think about. Let's talk to Bliss. So Bliss is one of the few characters that I know for sure is in CitizenSleeper 2. Bliss is part of your main crew in CitizenSleeper 2. So this is one of the main characters that have like a crossover between the two games. I don't think they reference their past all that much in CitizenSleeper 2, but it'll be fun to like now come back and kind of meet this character where they were earlier. No way, Moritz. You take those substandard filters back to these shitheads who sold you them. You hear the voice echoing out of the bay as you pass, and moments later, someone who you assume is Moritz drifts out with it, dragging a pallet of filter cartridges by a tether. Hey, you out there. The same voice echoes out of the entrance. Looking for work? Yes? I just need a hand. Get in here. The voice is coming from someone shorter than you expected. She is floating in the microgravity of the docking bay, beside a half-deconstructed life support unit that looks like it might have exploded at some point. She points a wrench in your direction. You know anything about these things? She doesn't wait for an answer. Scratch that. Just help me with the casing. Help her? My character just standing there like, yeah, I guess. Is a very, like, simple-minded person who's just going to do as they're told, especially if a person seems non-threatening but in need of help. All right, then. She definitely moves around the unit, making space for you besides the central seam in the dented case. Just take a grip here and lift it up, out and up, and then I can get in and unbolt it. She whacks the unit with the wrench. Whole thing is twisted to shit. You dig your fingers under the casing and lift it away. The metal squealing from the force, she puts her hand under, spinning the wrench to slip out bolts, catching them in her other hand when they spiral free. All good. The casing lifts off, revealing the ornate piping of the unit's interior. She whistles the mess of ducts and filters. By the way, everyone calls me Bliss. She pats you on the shoulder, offering little in the way of explanation. Is this your bay? It is for now, yeah, whether I like it or not. She looks at you like that should mean something. Bliss starts pushing and pulling at the ductwork, looking for fractured pipes. We haggle for contracts, but the good ones get snapped up by the bigger bays, so here I am trying to get this M2 unit running again for one of the freelance tugs. Small-time stuff. Hold this. She rips out the ribbed pipe and hands it to you like a freshly caught fish. Maybe we turn stuff around fast and neat, and maybe we get a chance at landing something bigger. Something starts hissing in the unit, and Bliss quietens it? Quiet. I think you would actually spell it quiets it with a precise whack. But to be honest with you, the way things are going, I can hardly see the other crews licking their lips, ready to take this place over. Hey Quinn, welcome. Welcome. We're playing some CitizenSleeper. Things were really tight there for a while earlier in the stream, between just like running out of dice and body conditioning going down. Oh, my title and game category aren't correct. Oh my god, I forgot to update that today. I thank you for telling me. Let me go fix that. I totally forgot to go into my stream manager at the beginning because I was coming in hot today from the gym. CitizenSleeper Part 3. Honestly, I deserve that. I don't think the go live notification matters anymore. And then that, I can't believe I forgot. This is the first time I've forgotten to do that. Let's pull OBS back up. Yeah, no, I really appreciate that. Thanks for letting me know, because I would have gone the entire time with forgetting to set that. That's something that there's probably a plugin for OBS that I could install where it like tells you like, hey, you haven't changed the title and category since you hit start streaming. Would you like to? As like a little Clippy style reminder. I could use that. We're just, we've made our way up to the hub here in this part of the station on Erlin's Eye, and, we're helping out Bliss here, who, is a kind of out of luck mechanic. I'm giving them a hand. What happened? Long story. Some people just can't keep promises. She keeps working, twisting aside pipes with care. There we are. Bliss pulls her hand from deep inside the unit and out it comes, clutching a lumpen cube, scorched black. This thing must have overloaded and popped half of itself out of the side. You both duck down to the side of the unit and spot the exit wound, its edges fringed with more scorch marks. Grab me a replacement converter from the racks, will you? Where? I mean, actually, my character has worked on a spaceship for a little while. Head to the rack. You kick off from the unit and drift over the wall racks, where a catalog of parts sit secured in clamps. Colored tape and scrawled notes flutter across the wall, a complex organizational system of Bliss's own design. Or just a big mess. You try and pick out the right part. I think she mentioned that it was an M2 unit that they were working. You grab the part and push back to the unit. Bliss holds out an arm as you pass it over, the converter spinning gently as it leaves your hand. Perfect, you passed. She straightens up from the unit. That is, if you want to work here. Bliss rubs her hands clean, looking down at her palms. Truth is, I need a hand here. My partner skipped out on me and left me with a whole mess. You seem like you might at least be better at You seem like you might at least be better at spotting a clean air filter than Moritz. I'll consider it. I've honestly got a lot going on at the moment, but I'll consider it. Wait, she frowns at the racks. That's not all of it. My old business partner, they rinsed the place, emptied the accounts. To bid for jobs, we need to put down deposits, bring in parts, pay tug fees. For that, she looks nervous, embarrassed. We need chits. You want me to pay to work? Come on, it's not like that. We'd be partners, straight split. Bliss settles herself against the unit and looks off in the distance. I guess I look pretty stupid. Here I am asking for a random passerby to be my business partner. No offense. She manages a smile. I get it. Life is hard here out in the eye. Thanks. She meets your eye. I appreciate it. Bliss goes back to working on your unit. Look, it's no pressure. You find the money or you find someone who has, or You just forget the whole thing. Up to you. She gestures for you to help her refit the casing, and you both slot it back into place. I think I'm good to wrap this one up for now, but if you're into it, come back and we can bid on a new contract. Something to get our teeth into. Something that pays. She gives you a serious look. You can trust me. I don't say this stuff lightly. You kick away from the bay, propelling yourself back to the handholds at the entrance. You slip out with a wave, and as you do, someone slips back in. You hear Bliss as you glide down the passageway. Moritz, I swear to God, if those filters aren't clean... You smile. Seems like this could be interesting. That does seem like it could be interesting. I wonder... Okay, that's a lot of money. That's a lot. I have enough right now, but I was given that money by someone else to buy ship parts that I have not purchased yet. So that's not really my own money. And I was thinking I might spend it on here to get the ferry out to see what's beyond this edge. So that might have to wait, unfortunately, Bliss. I guess I can help out Rabia by collecting tithes, which is, again, a very kind way of saying, go and shake people down for money. But, you know, they told me that I needed to see what Yatagan was like on the ground floor, and this is a good way to do it. I got some scrap parts, though. Okay, yeah, this gives me some scrap parts, and I'm filling up that clock, and at least I can sell those scrap parts for a little bit of cash at the Ord Exchange. Hey, I actually have enough to make it all the way over to the other side of the belt. To reach the Greenway, you need to pay for a pass. That's an expensive pass. But I'm very far away from the amount of upgrade points I would need to reduce it by 20. So I might end up paying it. We'll see. See if we can hack the planet for a little more cash. I'm like worried that that dog is gonna find me. Let's see. Luckily, the past few times that hunter thing has filled up, the dog hasn't come for me, the hunter hasn't come. And so I'm wondering if I'm safe for now. But you know, the second that you start thinking you're safe, that's when the dog gets you. All right, let's maybe do one more cycle and then I might call it for the day. Those are some poor rolls. That's unfortunate. Basically, none of that is very good. Well, I can fill out more of this stuff, for sure. Oh, hey, and it gets me some cryo. I forgot that that's even an option. That sound is so scary every time. But I was safe from the dog. And honestly, the fact that now I have ways to sell all of this data for 10 cryo each, it makes it a decent way of earning some money on bad roll days like this. Yeah, I think today is just all like just hack, sell some data. So we'll actually do a second day before I wrap up for today, since this one's just no plot, just hack, head empty, just numbers. Head empty, I say, as my screen turns into the Matrix as I decode and hack every node possible. But that's a good amount of money. I'm going to use that money that I've got to get over to the other side. And let's see what's on the Greenway belt. A heavily tattooed spacer takes your chits and tells you to prepare. She'll be waiting at the edge for your arrival. Okay. Take the ferry to cross the across the Founder's Gap to the Greenway. As you step out onto the passageway, someone barrels into you from behind, sending you stumbling down the corridor. You turn to see an unfamiliar spacer, laden with heavy gear. She steadies herself, staring you down as if daring you to respond. Excuse me? She squints at you, shaking her head before setting off down the corridor. This is Esh, a stubborn ex-XPR spacer. This must be DLC, because I don't recognize Esh at all. And I don't recognize Peak at all either. I'm sorry for her. A second spacer smiles at you apologetically. She's on a mission, and, well, when she's on a mission, they shrug. Not a problem. They smile. You're sweet. Peak! Esh stands further down the corridor, glowering at her friend. She chops at the air, pointing down the corridor to whatever end she is rushing to. Peak raises their eyebrow at you. Esh, please, do you want everyone on this station to hate us? Esh hardens. They want to hate us. They can hate us. She drops her hip. I'm not exactly seeing much love as it is. We're lucky we got through before they set up that damn cordon. Cordon? Peak gestures in your direction. See, they don't even know what you're talking about. This station isn't Hawthorne. Not everyone has to follow some corporate protocol. Esh sighs. I'm not saying they're part of the administration. She jerks her head in your direction, but I'm saying that we need to get these supplies to the Briar before someone starts asking questions. Immediately me asking questions. Can I help? That seems like the best question to ask. Peak smiles slyly. See, Esh, help. Isn't that exactly what we need right now? Peak. Esh rolls her eyes. Peak ignores her. We are with the refugees, the ones Haven Age had cordoned off from entering the station. Esh interrupts. The ones that are being quarantined in makeshift vessels that barely made it to the eye to begin with. The ones that your station administrators have called an existential risk and are running out of supplies while their right to safety is being debated by people with no stake in their future. She quickly looks away, annoyed at her own outburst. Peak sighs. She's right. People are trapped out there, and they turn to Esh. We understand that this is a big problem for the Eye. Hundreds of refugees and more ships turning up each cycle. They hold up a hand to stop Esh interrupting, but Esh turns away, her burning anger a palpable force in the close quarters of the corridor. They need supplies, and after everything they've been through, The quarantine isn't helping, Peak finishes. That's terrible. Esh looks back at you, her fierceness fading. Peak, please. Esh gathers herself and the supplies. Esh, we need help, just like the refugees needed us. We need others too. They smile at her. Peak turns to you. Come find us. The climbing briar is docked at the broken spoke, past the greenway, in the wastes. We have a good view of the cordon through, though we are keeping our distance for now. Come help us. They squeeze your hand. Esh turns to leave and Peak follows, waving goodbye. A moment later, Esh shouts back down the corridor. Don't bother coming empty-handed. You want, to help? Show us. Bring supplies or don't come at all. And with that, they disappear around the corner, Esh already picking up speed as Peak calls for her to slow down. A refugee flotilla? Where are they coming from and why now? Each time you think you begin to understand this place, something changes. Yeah, that's DLC, because I am unaware of the refugee flotilla. So this is the climbing briar. So, I mean, I don't have supplies right now, so they did say if you don't have supplies, don't come at all. I will, you know, treat them with the respect that they asked to be treated with. Let's see, what's on the greenway? Walk the greenway. The simplest way to explore the greenway is simply to pick a path and set off in its twisting chambers. This carries an obvious risk. And the Haifa commune. Work the grow beds. The grow beds are in the heart of the commune, feeding the members and fueling their lab work. You're invited to assist in maintaining them, or work the canteen. Newcomers to the commune can work within the canteen, preparing and serving food for those that make the compound their home. The only way to become part of the commune is to work your way in through long service. It isn't for everyone. Yeah, I mean, both of these are safe, so I'll give it a shot, even though I was planning on saving that money to do sunbed with. Oh, hey, +3. Positive outcome. That's nice. Ooh, new drive discovered. Wow, my drive list is long. Join the Haifa commune. There's a new one right here. The Haifa commune meets the needs of its members in exchange for work. Can you find a home here? Okay, and I don't think I have to pay 150 each time I cross. Yeah, right. Now I just have a pass to get across. Okay. So, Ethan's about to make his way back in just 2 days. I'm concerned about that. Let's see if we can do one more day. Oh, I forgot to eat. And that greatly decreased my stamina. Whoops. Okay, let me eat first thing so I don't forget to do it again. Honestly, forgetting to eat and then being like, why do I feel terrible? Why is my body in such a bad condition? Is extremely real. Okay. Let's see. We've got a good mix of dice here. I'm getting pretty close to finishing this express delivery clock, so let's go ahead and try and wrap that one up. There we go. Easy peasy. Sleeper! You see Fang coming out of the corridor as you step out of Mingi's, the kelp noodle smell still clinging to your clothes. He comes up fast and stops close, looking around suspiciously. I don't have long. Take these. Fang palms you a couple of those metal thumb-sized drives, ripper worms. My slate has been buzzing like crazy. It seems like your delivery shifts have turned up our 2 targets. He squeezes your shoulder. I knew you could do it. Now we nail those snakes. He's like, I knew you could do it. I knew you could root out those like corporate spies. And I'm like, dude, I was literally doing DoorDash. What do we do? Hardin's boys are all connected by some kind of closed network. You break the access protocols on both of them, you should be able to gain the location of the nearest network ports. Slot the Ripper worms in those ports, 1 each, and they'll feed me anything and everything stored on Hardin's shadow network. He smiles. Can't wait to see what juicy plans they have in there. You hear the scuff of boots as a group comes up the corridor, likely on their way to place an order with Ming-Gi. You turn for a second, and when you look back, Fang is already halfway down the corridor in the opposite directions. He raises a hand in a farewell and is gone. You run your fingers over the tiny Ripperworm drives in your pocket and smile to yourself as you wonder just how mad Jenna will be at Fang for his little excursion. Time to slot some worms. That's what I say every time I wake up and look in the mirror. I go, time to slot some worms. Literally, hey, imagine because my sleeper is not so great at like the hacking side of things, I imagine he just fully is like, Fang drops all of that like knowledge of what they're looking for, and then my sleeper just is like, okay, worms, got it. Put worms in hole. Oh, here we go, hardened agent. Ooh, okay. They actually need high rolls to do. You remember the guy who lived here. He didn't tip. Time for him to see the consequences. Hell yeah. Hardened port unlocked. Time to drop some worms. Ooh, and I've got the dice for this. All right, we're making some good progress on that Fang story. Let me see what I can do with these ones as well, just to... I've got all these keys that I've been collecting. I have no idea what they're for. Like what I'll actually be able to use those keys to do eventually. But having 3 of them seems good. Oh, I'm all ready to follow up with Fang. As you walk into Tambor, you quickly spot Fang arguing with Jenna. I'm gonna keep my distance. It doesn't look good. Fang seems to be explaining something, but Jenna is having none of it. She points to the door and Fang walks away, catching your eye as he turns. Could have you done getting back here a minute or so ago? He glances back at Jenna. Well, either way, looks like I'm fired. Good news is that doesn't look like I need the job anyway. He takes out his slate, pulsing with pale light. Now let's take a good look at what you really are here for. The slate is a whirring mess of code streams coming direct from the Ripperworms as they dig through the agent's data and spin it into threads for the slate to pick up. Looks like junk. Mostly is. Fang scrolls the display with a finger. A lot of junk, a lot of dull as hell message threads, a lot of tedious data cache, but Fang's eyes flash. Definitely some good stuff. He stops the screen scrolling on an entry and expands it. Check this out. Fang shows you the screen. You see a bold corporate logo, not Solheim's, and a word below. Conway. Fang says, he's working with Conway. Conway Extractions, right? Fang nods. He's been speaking with them personally, got a whole chain of messages here, but it's mostly encrypted or redacted. He rubs his head. Damn it, this is juicy, but we can't nail him with it. He scrolls for more. Wait. What's this? A wasteland reclamation facility? Right here on the eye? He glances at you. What's the bet this place is tucked into the wastes? The wastes? It's the section of the eye Erlen couldn't reclaim. Was too damaged, too cut off. Back before the collapse, people would have got there by going down the connected spoke from the hub, but the spoke's broken now, so the only way is the long way. Around the rim, past the greenway. He shows you on his slate. Fang looks away, thinking. Conway have been making moves on this system since the collapse. I heard they tried to take over the Solheim's old bell colonies a while ago, moved everyone out, and reclaimed the whole rock. Oh, what's their angle? Hardin has to be offering them something. Fang looks back at the screen, but if Hardin is involved in it, then we need to check it out. Simple as that. So, what's next? Fang stares out into the middle distance. We have to get to that facility. The answer to whatever Hardin has been prepping, been planning, has to be there, and we're going to catch him in the act. Give me 5, maybe 6 cycles, and then I'll see you on the greenway. I seem to remember that some old service docks on the outer shell, up by the Haifa building. Should be a good place to meet. Fang squeezes your shoulder. Thanks again, Sleeper, for sticking with this. I haven't forgotten about that tracker of yours either, but I'm gonna need to be back in my bay to pull a solution together. He turns the slate around to face you, showing a mess of scrolling code. I've been working on the fix in my breaks. He winks. Man, you could have said that like days ago, and I would have been so much more gung-ho to help you out constantly. I had thought he'd forgotten. Fang grins. See you soon, Sleeper. And he walks out the door of the tambour without looking back. All right, well, I think that's a good place to call it. We've gotten access to the greenway, and now Fang has something for us to do over there. We can join the commune over there. We can help out the local underground gang. Ethan is about to come back and bite us. And Kita loaned me money for a ship mind that I spent on other things. And, I need to figure out what's going to happen with Lemon Mina. I might need to finish that side reel hull in order to actually be able to see the end of the Lemon Mina story. We'll see. All right. Yeah, I think, luckily the drive list is getting longer and longer. I've got, 1 million friends, let's say, who all want a little piece of something else to do. So this will keep me organized for next time as much as it possibly can. There's a lot to do, but I'm enjoying it, and we're getting through it, and we're starting to see this stuff in the DLC. I don't know anything about the refugee flotilla, the stuff with Esh and Peak, so I'll probably make that a bit of a priority as well, even though it seems like maybe that's a bit more late game because they want you to have supplies. So thanks everybody for hanging out, stopping by, lurking, whatever you do. I always appreciate people hanging out. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Stay safe this weekend. I hope to see you on Monday. I'll be doing more art. I've just about gotten that final the line work for that background all finished up, so I'm very excited to be coloring and painting that this Monday. It'll be a nice chill stream. Then we'll be back with more Pokemon Nuzlocke on Tuesday. I might shift that to the evenings. It seems like overall maybe evenings are a better time for people to hang out and watch, fewer work meetings. Still figuring out the overall time and lengths of streams to make them the most comfortable for everybody. Myself included, as I still continue to, develop my vocal cord muscles and stamina for all of that. All right, I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you later. Stay sleepy, citizen. I know I already tried that one before, but honestly, I kind of love it. All right, bye.